So we told you Altitude is shaking things up this season for their Nuggets broadcast. They seized the opportunity to elevate Katy Winge, thankfully, to the lead analyst. She is now just the third woman in the NBA history to serve in that role. We are so glad she is with us today. First of all, congratulations. I think of Jenny Kavanaugh, I think of you, but you earned this. I mean, tell people how you got here.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me on, first of all, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. For me, this has been a dream that I didn't even know I could dream until it was right in front of me in a lot of ways. I grew up playing basketball. I started in third grade, played all the way through high school, got a scholarship to play in college, so played Division I college basketball. And then I had some injuries that I was dealing with, decided that my playing career was going to come to an end after college, and still wanted the game in my life. So wanted to cover a team, wanted to work in the NBA, found a way to do that, and I started in arena with the Nuggets. It's crazy to think that this will be my 10th season with the team. I can't believe it's been already a decade in Denver, or approaching a decade, but I switched over to Altitude after a year working in arena and kind of was a Swiss Army knife. I hosted, I reported, I had an opportunity to call a few games as an analyst in that seat too. So this is kind of a culmination of all of those things coming together, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
It's a huge position. I'm wondering what this means to you and specifically your family. We were talking before. There was a great piece written in the Post about you, and you lost your dad. I'm sorry for that.
Thank you.
But you think about him often and how he would say to you, "What, kiddo, you got this." Like, tell me about that.
So my dad was my biggest supporter in my basketball career and now even in my broadcasting career. And so to lose him, I lost him in November, and I'm so grateful for the way that the entire Nuggets organization and really the city of Denver in a lot of ways rallied around me and supported me and helped lift me up to come back and be able to work through those times. Because I know that's what he would have wanted too, me doing something that I love and continuing to chase this dream. And he would call me before every single game that I played in and would give me a little pep talk. And there were times when I was able to answer that phone call, and there were times, I mean, I was a student athlete, and that was during a time where I really was a student athlete. So there were times where I wasn't able to answer, and he would leave me voicemails, and I still have those voicemails. And I listen to them often, and it's one of those things where when I got this opportunity and accepted the role, I could hear kind of what he would have said to me. The hey kiddo, I'm so proud of you. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do this. You got this. Go get them. And so being able to listen and hear his voice in a variety of different ways. And I've told a couple people this before, but when you're in TV and you're kind of learning the business, one of the things that I've really worked on is allowing my authentic voice to come through and have it be conversational and that sort of thing. And what I always pretend is that I'm talking to my dad when I'm giving Nuggets reports. So that will continue for sure in this new role.
That is so beautiful, and I think your vulnerability is super important too, because being honest and telling people what's going on takes a lot too, and that everybody can connect with.
I just think as a society, grief and what you go through and what you will be going through for the rest of your life isn't discussed enough. And someone like me that has a platform and has an opportunity to be in front of a camera and make someone feel less alone in that journey and know that, you know, we're all fighting through something in some way, shape, or form, and be able to talk about him and carry on his memory in a new way is so important to me.
How about the team, though? Let's talk a little bit.
There's a lot of basketball. How about the new guys?
You've had that championship experience. I mean, I think a lot of people are a little worried that they change a lot.
Well, change is hard, whether it's on the broadcast side or with the team.
Yeah, you've got change.
And I consider myself an optimist. I will always be someone that will find positivity within this team, within this organization. And I think the biggest thing when you look at this roster is health. You're looking at a team, especially a core that the Nuggets chose to keep around, to invest in, to believe in. And if they can stay healthy, if those mature players, those players with a lot of experience but a lot of wear on their bodies can really take care of themselves, you have Nikola Jokic on your team. You're always going to have a chance. You're always going to have a chance.
The same kind of worry we had last season.
Yes, and if you want to worry, that is your choice. You can choose to worry. But if you want to be positive and look on the bright side and say, hey, we have this group that is so close-knit, the depth is something that is a little bit concerning to me, but adding DeMar DeRozan, I think, might help in that too, adding a little bit more off the bench and seeing some of those players come to life. I'm excited to see what the young players can do in a new role.
I'm sure there's so much, but if you had to point to one thing that you were really looking forward to this position this season, what would it be?
You know, I'm when you do majority of the time sideline reporting, you have a very short window in a broadcast to add value. And that was something that I took a lot of responsibility in. That was something that I took a lot of pride in, is sharing stories that really added color to a broadcast.
So good.
And added depth to what you were watching. And now I get an opportunity to do that much more long form. So that's really what I'm looking forward to, is allowing my personality to come out, but in doing so, shining a different type of light on this team, being able to tell these stories in a different way, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about helping people fall in love with the game of basketball more, and it's about helping people fall in love with the Denver Nuggets a little bit more.
You do it, and you're gonna. Those guys are all gonna be looking at you. Katy, you go.
Well, they're just going to come along for the ride.
Yes,
We've
they
got
are.
some new people on the Altitude broadcast. So excited to have Noah Reed doing play-by-play and Jason Richardson being in studio. So it'll take no time for them to be fully ingrained in this Denver Nuggets team and in the city of Denver.
Best of luck to you and the team this season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.